A very good morning, children. So let's begin to learn science. Students, in our previous lecture, we have completed learning our lesson number 1, Living World, Adaptations and Classification. So, in today's lecture, we are going to begin with a new topic, that is lesson number 3, Force and Pressure. First, let's see what is a force. Force is a push or a pull that changes or tends to change the state of rest or uniform motion of an object or changes the direction or shape of an object. Now students, what it means? For example, you are driving a car and suddenly your car gets puncture. So what you are going to do? You are going to come out of the car and you will start pushing it. So that pushing of the car needs a force, so that you are going to push the car with full force, so it's going to move. Otherwise, you are not going to push the car with full energy. The car will be remaining at the same place. So, the action of pushing the car is nothing but the force we are applying it. So, force is a push or a pull that changes or tends to change the state of rest or uniform motion of an object. Now students, what it means? It tends to change the state. Now at a particular point, your car is punctured. Now when you will apply force, when you will push the car, it's going to move. So it's changing its state. And what is uniform motion? Object moving in a straight line at a constant speed is to be known as the object is in uniform motion. So students, what is force? Force is a push or a pull that changes or tends to change the state of rest or uniform motion of an object or changes the direction or shape of an object. By the example of a car, we have seen how the car is in the rest motion due to its punctured tire. A man is pushing the car and changing its state. Understood students, what is force? So students, here are some examples for understanding force more clearly. The first example is a man pushing the car. It's applying force on the car, so the car which is on rest will changes its direction. The second one, a boy is pulling the dogs. Why it's so student? Because its dog is not moving from the rest position. So it's applying force to pull the dog. Next, in figure 3, a boy is kicking a football with full energy. That is, it applying force on the football to move in the direction. So from all these examples, we get to clear about what is force. A stationary object on which no force is acting remains stationary. What it means students? When an object is said as stationary? When it is not moving, it is at its rest position, then such object is said to be as stationary object. So, an object in motion continues to move with the same speed and direction when no force is acting on the object. What it is saying students? An object in motion, that means when an object is moving continuously, it moves with the same speed and it's moving in the same direction. So, when no force is acting on the object, no force is required on that object which is in motion to move with the same speed and direction. This is the Newton's first law of motion. Who was Newton, students? Isaac Newton was a great scientist who had invented many things, and also he had stated the laws of motion. So students, Newton's first law of motion states that when the object is at rest, a stationary object, that means the object is not moving. So when the object is at rest, moves with the constant speed, that is moves with the same speed and also in a straight line, and the direction is also same. Now students, observe the various pictures carefully. What is your observation? In the first figure, you can see a car moves in forward direction when a man applies force from behind. In the second one, a reluctant dog is being pulled by his master, and a boy playing football is kicking the ball away in the third figure. So, what you can observe it here? A force acts on two bodies through an interaction between them. In the first picture, in the first figure, that is the man and the car, you can see man is one body and the other body, it's the car. So, the force is acting between two bodies. The interaction is between two bodies, that is the man and the car. In the second one, the interaction is between the boy and the dog. And the third one, the interaction, that is two bodies on which the force is acted, is the boy and the football. So, now let's see students what it's trying to tell us. What does the interaction between two bodies means? So students, what does it means? Let's see here. In figure 3.1, which we have seen it previously. What it's saying in figure 3.1, a force is seen to act through a direct contact. Yes students, we have seen the force is acting directly on the two objects. That was the man with the car, a boy and the dog, and a boy with football. So, force is seen to act through a direct contact of the objects or via one more object. Such a force is called contact force. Students, what is contact force? When direct contact of the object is on one or more objects, such force is called contact force. So students, let's repeat it once again. What is contact force? The force that acts directly between one or more objects is known as contact force. So students, today we have learned what is force and also the Newton's first law of motion, which was a stationary object on which no force is acting remains stationary. An object in motion continues to move with the same speed and direction when no force is acting on the object. This is Newton's first law of motion. Then we have seen through various pictures what is contact force. In our next lecture, we will be learning what is non-contact force. Till then students, goodbye and thank you for your attention. Have a wonderful day.